thought it was a really hard-earned point today, in a nutshell.
Yeah, I mean, let's pick our way through some of this then. The defensive resilience of your team, when they hit the post on a second half, they had that scramble, but you kept them to very little in terms of work for Carl to do.
Yeah, and I think we do that most weeks, in fairness. But they put us under a lot of pressure. A lot of balls into the box from deep areas, free kicks in their own half. That's we've got no problem with that. We absolutely respect every opposition. But they made us work really hard today. But at no point did I really feel stood on the side we're going to concede. Or I think Carl made one save in the first half. Outside of that, I think it was he had a comfortable afternoon. Although his back five defenders had to work particularly hard. So it was a tough game for us. It wasn't one I was looking forward to, put it that way.
I know you got obviously Sean, TJ and Lewis hopefully in future available, and I know that Regan played centre half, and those three centre halves look very sort of well established and very well balanced, don't they?
Yeah, they've been very good. Adam, I don't want to single people out, but I am. Adam Jackson's been outstanding for us when he's played, and he's a brilliant pro. He does what it says in the tin. He helps us out massively in both boxes. But I'm kind of saying to all the centre halves, you get in the team, you pick the jersey, and make sure when you walk off the pitch you look me in the eye and you say to me, you cannot leave me out next week. And that's what I'm saying to them, and I'm putting the pressure on them to do that.
You counter-pressed today, you must have been happy. It was like sort of bees around a honeypot, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought we were excellent in that regard, but my biggest annoyance, if that's a kind word without being too critical, there has to be something at the end of it. We can't, like in the first half we had, I'm going to say, 3 or 4 really good moments where I think really clinical sides in that half will make stuff happen. Like we kind of said, came in at half time and said, look guys, I'm going to simplify this. When you counter press and you win it, please just shoot, don't take an extra touch, don't try and slide, just take it 8 feet and bang it. And I thought we had those opportunities today. We should have, the stats should say we had 5 or 6 more shots on goal, but we didn't because we took that extra touch. I spent a little bit too long on it, but in terms of how we counter-pressed, I thought we were really impressive today.
Yeah, I mean that was black mark's a bit unkind maybe, but that was the thing, wasn't it? It's just that final moments in the box that you had the moments that didn't turn it into a goal.
100%, and we're very open about that with the guys. It's something I look at, it's something I talk about a lot, it's something we do. I would say particularly in the last 3 weeks in training we've spent a lot of work on finishing drills. We've changed all our technicals into finishing drills. Every morning we're splitting the groups up and taking the midfielders and the attackers and wing backs down one end and do some defensive, and it's all around edge of the box stuff, trying to get shot off. And I was chatting to the guys before the game today and I'm watching them finishing and it just went goal, 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 and I was like, shoot, please shoot. And once the whistle goes, then it's down to the decision making. I think just needs to be a little bit sharper.
And probably that passing move down the right hand side first half, when you were under a bit of pressure at the back, moved it out, and I think it was in the end it broke down with Charles maybe. That if I was to say to somebody that's how Mark wants his team to play, apart from obviously the end product, that's probably it, isn't it? Yeah,
100%. Look, I'm not going to beat around the bush. We had a stunning attendance here today, so you know we'd all have fans here today, but for those that couldn't make it, you know, the first half football, some of it was really good, what we look at, but the second half was a really ugly game. It was fractured, it was stop-start, it was bitty. I wanted us to show more bravery on the ball. We became too direct. I thought when we had opportunities to play, somebody would fan out to get it and somebody else would go up, and I'm saying somebody else, I know who they are, I just don't want to name names. And I would have liked to see, one thing we talk about is bravery on the ball, and that means going to get the ball and being brave and making decisions in your types of passes and breaking lines. And I thought we got caught up in the style of the game in the second half, and that's our problem, not anybody else's.
But at least on the bench, I know Jordan didn't come on, but you had Danny and Tom, who you had some options on the bench which has been lacking because of injuries before.
Yeah, look, I was really, really pleased with that. The flip side of it is, for once we had a bench that we could really think we can win a game with, and yet I thought because of a counter press and how good it was and impressive today, I then found myself in a situation where we actually didn't want to change it. But you know, I thought Tom came on and was excellent. I thought Charles Vernon done really well, and that's why we didn't bring Jordan on. I just felt with Jack, Danny just come on. I just think with Jack, I was a winger myself, and I know in games when you've got the quality that he's got, you can regularly not have your best game, but you'll come up with something good. So, and that's just a decision to make as a coach. But we're really pleased to have Jordan back.
I hadn't picked up when we spoke beforehand that on your team sheet, no goalkeeper on the bench. Why?
Why did you not pick that up, Michael?
Because I'm useless.
Okay. Okay. So the reason behind that was Jordan Wright will be available from Monday, and we looked at, statistically speaking, I think a goalie comes on, sub goalie comes on 1 in 50 something games. That doesn't seem to apply to Lincoln, but on stats alone, we took a decision to take a risk on not using a goalie today. If number 2 or one of the goalies was out for a considerable period, that we would 100% had somebody on the bench. The flip side of that was, young Isaac would have been on the bench. He's 16. It's a big ask at home, maybe away. So we just looked at all the evidence behind it and thought we should get away with it today. Statistically
it's just a short-term thing.
Yeah, no, he's okay. Apologies if I've got this wrong, but I'm led to believe he'll be back in training on Monday.
I'll try to be better next time.
And so you should.
Thank you.
Thank you.